Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Jack Nichol Show, episode 4. Sorry for the delay. I had a couple instances where I got sunburnt really bad, and if you're a ginger like me, you do not want to see what that looks like. It looked like I took a nap on the sun. It looked like I was covered in sweet and sour sauce and then was lit on fire. Like your asshole after a Taco Bell Fart Fest. And like your asshole after a Taco Bell Fart Fest, nobody wants to see that. So here I am now. There's been no episodes for, I believe, 4 weeks now, so I took a little vacation after, enjoyed myself, and here I am now back again to talk about a whole variety of things, including Transformers, and of course, my buddy Deadpool. As always, we have Spider-Man behind me, the London bus right here, and a cool mug. Today's mug is Deadpool's head. That's right, drink right out of there. Couple wisdom for you. Before we get into the show, there's just a couple things that happened during my vacation that I've wanted to get off my chest, just give my thoughts about. And the death of the young Anton Yelchin, who's going to be in the new Star Trek Beyond, the third installment of the J.J. Abrams' newer young cast Star Trek franchise. And he was Chekhov, and I was in England, just sitting there on the couch. I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw post after post after post, and I couldn't believe it. I was just shocked. It hit me way harder than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting anything like that. I was just expecting to go through my newsfeed and see a bunch of random crap as always. It was really surprising. I wasn't expecting someone so young and for something completely out of his control. No wonder there's been recalls on certain models and stuff now. It's crazy. And two, during my time in England, the worst mass shooting in U.S. history in Orlando at the gay nightclub, that was just downright disgusting and disturbing. Why would you do that? How many people? I don't understand how people can do things like that. Even if in this day and age you have your own opinions and you don't want people to be who they are, keep them to yourself. Let them live their lives. Don't just hate talking about stuff like this. It's awful that stuff like that happens in this world. And they're just living their lives. Everyone just wants to live their lives day to day, doing whatever they want without any problems. They don't expect to just go out and get shot one night because they're having a good time. And those Snapchat stories and videos where you can hear the gunshots off are just downright disturbing, and that's not something you ever want to see. I used to complain when people would be tweeting and on their phones during things like that, hostage situations and mass shootings and everything just like that, the ones we've had at malls and movie theaters. People are tweeting what's happening, and it's just insane. But the Snapchat story was just downright disturbing. Seeing a woman on her phone and you can hear the gunshot going off, that was really bad. And it's just awful that things like this happen. I don't want to put a whole downer on the show. It just, that hit me pretty hard as well. It's to get those things off my chest. They've been in my head for a couple days now, and it's been driving me nuts since the events happened. So we'll get on with today's show. Like I said, I'll try and put it on a lighter side now because it's the first time in 4 weeks too. I don't want to put a huge downer on anyone. So we got my boy Deadpool here, and like I said, the mug. I just wanted to remind you guys, watch the Deadpool movie. I've seen it 9 times, 4 times in theaters, and 5 times after that at home. Please go see this movie. If you have, watch it again. It's fan-fucking-tastic. It's an amazing movie. It's flawless. Ryan Reynolds perfected his portrayal of Deadpool. I thought he was already great at the beginning of Xmen Origins. Boom! To a whole nother level. He was phenomenal. In our second episode, we talked about the new Power Rangers reboot, and a couple weeks ago now, they released set photos where we got to see the Red Ranger in action fighting some green-suited motion capture guys who are probably going to be putties, who are like the minions of Rita Repulsa. If you're a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan, you know exactly. That's got to be what they are. So anyways, the Red Ranger, he looked pretty awesome. The suit was not CGI. Like, it's going to have little CGI functions on it, but it was actually, like, legit and there. And when I first saw the pictures of them, I wasn't expecting that. Like, it's going to be more practical effects, which is awesome. I totally wasn't expecting that. Just recently, we had, like really recently, probably 2 days ago, we had the Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming set photos come out with Tom Holland in the new Spider-Man suit. It's pretty much just a lighter shade of blue and red that we saw in the Civil War suit. Not much a huge change. From those set photos, what I can say is he looks like we're going to see some really cool stuff, and it's going to be believable. Because in Civil War, he was almost CGI the whole time, and that was a little bit too much for me. Like, I love Spider-Man. What he was doing was awesome, but he wasn't real, and that drew me away from it a little bit, as much as I liked Civil War. Not only that, Spider-Man Homecoming is adding people daily, adding big names to this cast, and this just keeps growing and growing. Donald Glover, even, everyone wanted him to be Miles Morales a couple years ago. Now, in my opinion, he's a little too old, and there are better young actors for the role. But seeing him joining the Marvel Universe is going to be pretty awesome. For my trip, I saw X-Men Apocalypse. Very mixed about it. It had some great parts. Quicksilver stole the show again. Those scenes are awesome. Always great choice of music. I can't wait to see what they do next. Storytelling wasn't that bad, but obviously, like I expected going in, Apocalypse was going to be defeated weak as shit. He's probably not going to come back, knowing the way they write these movies. Jubilee, I was really excited to see an accurate Jubilee, because if you remember in the first Bryan Singer X-Men movie, X-Men 1, she is there. There's a scene where a woman is clearly playing Jubilee. I don't think she has a single line, but she's there. And in X-Men Apocalypse, she was there with them, but she did nothing at all. I was expecting to see those fireworks and her have a much larger role. Maybe we'll see some deleted scenes when the movie actually comes out, or she'll actually have more lines, perhaps, but it's hard to say. I liked Psylocke. I wish she had more lines. I thought she was alright. I hope to see her come back in the future movies, whether she's bad again or good. I think it'll be cool. I think Archangel was completely wasted. I don't even know if he was dead from that or if he is alive still. It didn't really clarify that. I thought the new kids, Jean Grey and Cyclops, they were pretty good. Nightcrawler was good as well. Hugh Jackman's scene was fucking awesome. I wasn't expecting to like that as much as I did, but it was well done, and Hugh Jackman didn't completely take over the movie like he usually does in the other ones. And he wasn't too little. It was like the perfect amount. It wasn't as perfect as Go Fuck Yourself, like in X-Men First Class, but it was still like a really good moment. And when I think about X-Men Apocalypse, that's usually going to stick in my head. Now, I did say Apocalypse was kind of weak as shit, but I will say Oscar Isaac did a pretty good job playing the character. Costume design wasn't as bad as when we saw those Ivan Ooze comparison pictures back when he looked purple. The blue actually didn't look half bad. When he grew giant there in the like dream sequence where he was beating the shit out of Professor X and like their heads and all that, I would have liked to have seen him actually giant like on the battlefield. I think that would have been really cool. But that's just a minor complaint. And guess what? We almost got through this X-Men movie. We almost made it. Magneto almost wasn't the bad guy. He was kind of like mixed, and then he turned good, and then him and Charles are friends at the beginning. I think we are finally leading towards where he won't have to be the bad guy like in Days of Future Past. They turned him into the bad guy at the end, which was pointless. The story was already set. Then again, I do like Magneto as the bad guy, but he's such a more deeper character that they could do more with his character, and that's why I think they had the daughter and the wife and all that. Even if they did kill them off really quick, it gave them that more backstory for this movie. All in all, I think it was a fun movie to watch. I won't pay to see it again in theaters. It'll be one I watch when it comes out on DVD again. Not many movies I will see more than once in theaters, that being Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Star Wars The Force Awakens. Not much movies can top those three for me for seeing them in theaters. I'll be surprised if I see anything more than once in the next year. Speaking of Deadpool 2, they start filming the second one in February 2017, so that is really exciting. I can't wait to see who they cast as Cable. Just wanted to say again, this episode is in loving memory of all the victims of the shooting in Orlando and in memory of the great Anton Yelchin. Why do we have Optimus Prime here? I am Optimus Prime. Autobots, transform and roll out. That was my Peter Cullen Optimus Prime impression. Now, all I'm saying right now is Transformers 5, the thing about Merlin I think is pretty stupid, but I am excited to see another Transformers movie. 4 was pretty disappointing, but 1, 2, and 3, that was like my whole... That 6 years of movies or whatever it was just my life for so long, and I can't wait to see the 5th one. Like, I was so into Transformers, and I still am. I love the movies. I like the designs. I know it's not like the 80s cartoon, which I have watched. Don't think I'm some, like, crazy, only watch the movies, blah, 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 blah. But I have to say, like, I watched Beast Wars and all that growing up, Beast Machines, Hades a couple times, Armada, Cybertron, Animated, Prime, all that stuff. The movies, something about them just clicks with me. Optimus Prime is a fucking badass in those movies. More badass than you see in any of the cartoons, the comic books, any of that stuff, etc. Look at him. He's got swords on each side and all that, and he's big. And the blue and red, he's got the gray in there too. He looks awesome. He was a giant, like, 18-wheeler or whatever he is in the movies. I don't know cars. I don't know trucks. But Optimus Prime was awesome. He wasn't my favorite character. He'd be my second favorite in the movie universe. Probably second or third favorite in all Transformers universes. Anyway, so Transformers 5. So we know Optimus Prime is back. We saw that thing where they're breathing and it's a close-up of their face. We know Megatron's back. That was surprising. So they changed him again. He doesn't look like Galvatron like he was in 4, which was awesome. They took it and they had Galvatron go off on his own way and say he was going to come back for Prime, which was awesome. That was probably the one good thing about number 4 is they set up a thing where they could have Galvatron come back for Optimus and fight him, because we all know Galvatron was Megatron, and that's awesome. But it doesn't look like they're going that route, because usually they abandon things in sequels anyways. So we know Anthony Hopkins is joining the cast. We don't know if he's playing a Transformer or not. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty sure the Irish dude's going to be back. And the daughter, I did not like them in Transformers 4. I found they were a cheesy way to add a love interest romance in there, and it was really shitty. Mark Wahlberg wasn't half bad in Transformers 4. I think they killed T.J. Miller way too quickly, and if me, I like T.J. Miller. He was awesome in Deadpool. He's awesome in anything. He's hilarious. Not that important to the Transformers universe, obviously, but Mark Wahlberg, I don't think was that bad in Transformers 4. And I think he will be pretty good in Transformers 5. It just sucks that unless Optimus is hardly going to be in, we aren't going to get much outer space story. We're not going to see them leave Earth, finally. Like, we've always wanted to see a battle outside of the Earth and everything in the movies, but we haven't gotten that yet. We've had, like, 1 or 2 scenes in the trilogy and the 4th one where we see them outside in space and everything, not just on Earth. Who else is returning for Transformers 5? Bumblebee, obviously. Like, come on now. Barricade, the police car from the first one. So everyone thought he died in the first one. If you read the Reign of Starscream, I believe is what it was called. I have a couple issues where it explained too. Reign of Starscream, Transformers 1 epilogue that was like a prequel to Revenge of the Fallen. Starscream is the only Decepticon left. He's going around finding who's left of the Decepticons, and he finds Barricade's corpse. He kind of leaves him there, but that kind of explained that Barricade was still alive, and that's probably why he got an action figure for the second movie. Then the third movie came around, and he got an action figure again, I believe, but he also was in the movie. Pretty sure he got torn apart and wrecked, just like most of the Decepticons. It might have been when my boy Optimus Prime came down and took out like 5 guys at once and then proceeded to destroy Shockwave. But Barricade is going to be back for number 5. He looks like he's a new decked out police car. Not only that, we got 2 very familiar faces from 1, 2, and 3. We got Epps, Tyrese Gibson, and Lennox, Josh Duhamel. So that is awesome. I'm hoping with them bringing them back, there's a chance we might get a Shia LaBeouf cameo. I know, or even Rosie, like see the 2 of them because they're rumored of talking about getting like married in the end of 3 and all that. I would love to see Megan Fox come back for it too, but she's pretty much done with the franchise after they left her off in 3 and made no mention of her after that. Even Shia was expecting a cameo in 4. I'm hoping because he seemed to be toned down lately and we haven't seen much crazy stuff with him lately. Just do it! Stuff like that, like it's completely toned down now. We'll see him do more movies, and even if it's just a little cameo in Transformers 5, I think it'd be really cool to see Shia LaBeouf come back. I don't think he's a horrible actor. I think he's hilarious. I think he's great. He was really good in those movies too. It's a shame he didn't want to do any more after 3. A little under 2 weeks ago, Dean Ambrose won the Money in the Bank briefcase at WWE Money in the Bank and then proceeded to cash it in on Seth Rollins at the end of the night, which was awesome. Dean's first big major title besides like the US Championship, and I believe he had a brief run as Intercontinental. That might be a mistake. I can't honestly remember, but it's awesome to see him as WWE champ. It's like finally seeing one of your heroes win the gold, just like when I was younger, seeing like Jeff Hardy win it for the first time, and when CM Punk won it, Rey Mysterio, all my childhood favorites, seeing them win it, it's awesome. It's great to see Ambrose win it as well. Sticking back on the wrestling note, the upcoming WWE draft is coming. That's exciting. They haven't done a draft in quite a few years because they've been doing the Raw SmackDown Super Show, where we could watch John Cena and on Raw and see him on SmackDown again. Nobody wants to see that. I got tired of seeing the same superstars on each show. Raw and SmackDown turned into the exact same thing, and storylines would go on one show and continue on to the next one, and then possibly wrap around again. It was just ridiculous. I'm glad to see they're finally branching it off, and maybe we'll see like Bischoff or like the McMahons or John Laurinaitis. Who knows who will, even Teddy Long, who knows who we'll see as the GM. That's really exciting to hear. And who they're going to draft. They've been talking to a lot of older superstars, it sounds like. Like, I've heard about Kurt Angle, Carlito, Rey Mysterio, Goldberg, all these names. Those guys I probably can't picture actually coming back, despite maybe like Mysterio. Goldberg, because of promoting the video game. I could see something ridiculous like The Rock just there to promote Baywatch the movie or something to bring him back, because all he does is promote movies when he's there. Even hell, I don't know what he's filming right now. They just wrapped up Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Maybe they'll bring Batista for it. That would be pretty sweet. You know I like Batista. His last run was alright. Lots of botches and Bootista and Bluetista and all that kind of shit. But I still like Batista. I think he would be a cool one to see come back. I think anyone who's like injured right now, I can't think of like any names who are guys that are just on the sidelines, we'll see make a return for that draft. And I think we'll see a couple NXT big names get drafted too. And this could be the chance where we finally see like Finn Balor make it to the main roster, because all he's been doing is trolling the WWE Universe. And there was that time where he made a mistake. He said something like, "See you guys on Monday," and everyone, like, the internet blew up. And that was kind of like, it seems like they were like, "Whoa, Finn, because of that, it's no longer a surprise. You can't come now. You're going to have to come again." So like that. I just think the draft's going to be cool. I think it's going to be different. And that's what we want in the WWE. All the fans are getting tired of seeing the same old stuff week in and week out. And on the topic of former wrestlers, you know my hero, CM Punk, the best in the world. His UFC fight is rumored to be UFC 203, happening September 10th. Fingers crossed this is happening. If he gets injured or anything again, you know he's my hero. I'm going to support him in any way. Wait till his fight actually happens. But I'm really excited and hope his fight is this September. That would be awesome, because it's been delayed so many times, and it looks like he's finally ready. He's looking healthier and trained and rehabilitated and everything from the injuries and the surgery he had. And It's awesome. I'm excited. Like when they first announced him, I'm like, he's a big UFC fan. That's gonna be awesome. And then we started seeing him training, and he's got jacked and everything, and how much he's really committed to doing it. Punk's all about telling people, like shutting people up, and I really think he's gonna shut up a lot more haters this time than anything he did in the WWE too. All those guys who hated his title runs and all that stuff, I think he's gonna shut you guys up even more in the UFC. Episode's coming to you on Canada Day. Woo, Canada! We're celebrating Canada Day even on our show right here. Very exciting. There's a Letterkenny Marathon today. That's what I'm going to be doing. Yep, that's right. Letterkenny Marathon happening on the Comedy Channel. I definitely recommend you get yourself some Ruffles chips, maybe all dressed like the characters eat on the show. Really enjoy yourself. Have a great time. Be safe. Canada Day is awesome. Lots of drinking, lots of celebrating. Lots of red and white. It's great. Don't forget that old maple leaf. We're about to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoy your Canada Day. Thank you all for supporting me and like being here and waiting for the videos each week and laughing at them and enjoying them and giving comments and feedback and everything week in and week out and being here while I took my 4-week break. I'm excited to show you guys even more stuff. Keep making you laugh. Keep talking about the things you love, the things you don't, what's happening in the world, whether it's geeky related or not. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Jack out.